Hello there, Thomas here, and today it's time to review Doctor Strange, a newest Marvel Studios movie. And before I start to talk about this movie, I have to talk about Doctor Strange as a character, as a comic book character, and I don't know much about him. I have seen him in some of the Spider-Man comics, and he has been in Marvel Ultimate Alliance video games. I don't remember where was he, if he was in the second one, but in the first one he was. And I know his origin story in the Spider-Man, the animated series. From there I know the origin story of the Doctor Strange, or some sort of origin story of him. So, I was actually really interested to see what kind of movie this was, and after I came out of the theaters I was like, it was great. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I'll remind you then, there won't be any spoilers. I promise this time, there won't be any spoilers. This is going to be the spoiler-free review. So, let's start about the story. And I have to say, the story itself was good, but it has a couple of flaws. For example, at the end it felt like it was something like it was trying to... how can I explain it? Well, it was trying to, in some points, extend this ending of the movie. And yeah, at the beginning it felt like in the some points it was maybe we felt too extended too, or something like it had there's something like you have to explain this, you have to show this, you have to do that, something like you have to draw it just to the audience or something. It's really complicated to explain. You have to see the movie and know what I mean about it. So yeah, at the beginning it felt a little too boring, but yeah, it still had a really good moments. The story itself had a really interesting moments, even at the beginning and at the end of the movie. They both of them had really good elements too, but yeah, sometimes it felt like something like yeah, next. Or something like that. But story itself may not be the something like masterpiece, really written, or something like the comic book movie should be written. But it was still good storytelling. I enjoyed the story itself. What about the characters? Well, let's start about the Doctor Strange himself, and I have to say, I don't remember who that actor was, but I have to say, this guy was definitely the Doctor Strange. He was definitely that Doctor Strange. And okay, at the beginning, once again, he felt maybe a little too maybe arrogant or something like that, but yeah, you must have expected this kind of an origin story they wanted to tell you, and I'm not familiar of comic books, so I may be giving a little pass about it. So yeah, I think how can I say, the comic book fans know better than I do. So yeah, he was really enjoyable character. Also, so that agent, I don't know how to spell that word. Is it something like agents or something like that? But you know, that female character, bold female character. I'm sorry, I don't remember this actor's name. Only actors who I remembered by name is Rachel McAdams, and we're gonna talk about her. Yeah, she was a really interesting character. She's maybe for me the most interesting thing about Rachel McAdams in every single movie she is maybe she's something like, even though the movie sucks, Rachel McAdams is always the best part of it. I mean, I really enjoy the Rachel McAdams acting. I really enjoy. She has something like, I can't explain it. I can't just explain it. Also, the Mordo's character, even thought he felt like he was just a good guy in this one, but at the end he was something like turning into the yeah. I promise, no spoilers. What are you doing? Explaining the spoiler. Sorry. Yeah, even thought I didn't enjoy it as much Mordo character as much as a good guy. He has to still really enjoyable things, like he had a sometimes really good sense of humor. Or well, I know that Wi-Fi password what was in the trailer. That was a good joke. Yeah, this one had also as a story, I have to say, this one has just really good jokes too. Yeah, I enjoyed the jokes in this one too. Even though some of them weren't that funny, I still found some of the jokes really funny. And yeah, it had a funny jokes. So yeah, let's return to the characters and let's talk about the villain, which I have to say, maybe the best villain in the superhero movies, this year's superhero movies. I have to say this. I mean, yeah, he had I thought, for example, because he was maybe the most interesting villain this year, because for example, Deadpool's villain, I don't remember anything about him. The Captain America Civil Wars, well, he was okay, but yeah, I could have wished a more kind of a villaining thing. Apocalypse from X-Men Apocalypse, but this one was actually good. Actually a good villain. I mean, I was really impressed. Finally, we could get the good villain, and I don't remember his actor's name, and I don't remember the character's name. I'm sorry, I'm really bad about these names. So yeah, but I remember the villains. What was the villain's target? What he did, and everything else. So I actually found him really enjoyable, more enjoyable than I could have expected. Something like the other Marvel Cinematic Universe's villains, yeah, they were something like, oh god. But the Loki one, well, I think the Loki is also good, but yeah, maybe in the kind of overrated that villain for me, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I found the villain actually surprisingly good villain. Yes, and even thought we didn't see the Dormammu, something like okay, something like okay. I promise you, not the spoilers, but I must admit he was mentioned and several times in that movie, and yeah, something like we could see about Dormammu about this movie. But in the next movie, I would definitely want to see the Dormammu, especially the Baron Mordo as a villain. I would love to see that. I definitely would love to see that in the sequel. So yeah, that was about the characters, most of the characters. What about that one guy? He was fun. Yeah, he was pretty good character. I mean, characters overall, they're great. They're great characters. I really enjoyed those characters. They were well written, well acted, and everything else. Great characters. I really enjoyed these characters. So, what is the most impressively things. Okay, okay. Let's talk about quickly the scores of this movie. It was really impressively made score in this movie. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the greatest thing about that movie soon. But the score was really impressive, and everything else. Nice music in this movie. Okay, so let's talk about what was the most impressive thing in this movie. And special effects. I mean, I have to say this may be the best looking comic book movie I have ever seen. I mean, something like the costumes, of course, they were really great, but visually, it was something like the best visuals in this years in any of the superhero movies. I was something like, whoa! I mean, it was really impressive how that reminded a lot about, well, you know, the Christopher Nolan's Inception movie, but it had its own differences, but yeah, it has something the same with the Inception, but it was really amazingly well made. They were absolutely something like, screw you, airport, hurt fight scene. This is how you make your visual effects. Something like that. I must say, those visual effects may be a little bit better than that fight scene in the Captain America Civil War. Because I was something like, when I saw those visuals at the first time, I was like, whoa, oh my god. I mean, this may be the best looking comic book movie now. I have to say, the best looking comic book movie so far. Let's see what next year will bring us. Because we have other 3 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies coming. And then we have a Logan movie. Well, Logan movie may not top this one, but yeah. What else? Well, Justice League movie too, and yeah. So let's return to this one. So yeah, overall, I have to say this is definitely best looking comic book movie I ever seen. Visually, maybe the best looking movie at this year. The visually, I mean, oh my god, those visuals! It was just amazing. So yeah, time to put this overall thing because I have to really relax right now. Script itself could have been a little bit better there, but yeah, it was still good script. And maybe slightly little better the script, and this could have been maybe be something like with the Captain America Civil War or a level. Well, but visually it was really amazing looking movie, and it looked amazing. Everything was something like, whoa! Oh, and we didn't need any explosions in this one. Or I don't remember much about the explosion things. I was just focusing on those gorgeous visuals. I mean, by god, those visuals. So overall, I say it's a great movie, and it's definitely going to my top 5 best Marvel movies. It is so hyped movie, and yeah, I think it's better than the Deadpool, because, well, Deadpool was its own kind of a great, but yeah, it still had a bigger flaws than this one had. So yeah, overall I think it's really great movie, and I definitely recommend this one, especially for Doctor Strange fans and Marvel fans and Yeah, something like that. So, that was my review of the Doctor Strange, and for the next review, which I don't know what it is, I got nothing else to say then. See you later.